Who was John? The disciple who stayed John was one of the most important figures in the New Testament, a fisherman turned disciple, a witness to Jesus' life, and the writer of some of the most powerful books in the Bible. Before Jesus, John was an ordinary man. He worked alongside his father, Zebedee, and his brother James, casting nets into the Sea of Galilee. But everything changed when Jesus called him. John left his nets behind and followed him. From that moment on, John wasn't just a disciple. He became part of Jesus' inner circle. Along with Peter and James, John witnessed moments others didn't. He saw Jesus transfigured in glory. He was there in the Garden of Gethsemane. And at the Last Supper, John is described as the disciple whom Jesus loved, resting close to him. John's walk with Jesus was personal. He saw miracles, heard the teachings, and experienced the heart of Christ firsthand. But what sets John apart is what happened at the cross. When Jesus was crucified, most of the disciples fled in fear. John stayed. Standing near the cross, he witnessed the death of Jesus, and in one of his final moments, Jesus entrusted John with the care of his mother, Mary. That moment reveals something powerful. John was faithful, even when it was dangerous. After the resurrection, John became a leader in the early church. He boldly preached the message of Jesus, helping spread the gospel throughout the region. His life wasn't easy. He faced persecution and was eventually exiled to the island of Patmos. But even in exile, John's story wasn't over. On Patmos, John received a powerful vision, what we now know as the Book of Revelation. It's a message of hope, warning, and ultimate victory. John also wrote the Gospel of John, along with 1st, 2nd, and 3rd John. His writings focus deeply on one central truth: love. He reminds us that God is love, that Jesus is the Son of God, and that belief in him leads to eternal life. His gospel isn't just a record of events, it's an invitation to believe. Tradition tells us that John lived longer than the other apostles, dying of old age after a life fully devoted to Christ. From fisherman to disciple to witness to writer, John's life shows us what it means to stay close to Jesus, not just in the good moments, but in the hardest ones. And maybe that's the question his story leaves us with. Will you follow Jesus even when it costs you everything?